definitely seen it too.
Yeah. She doesn't. I think that's.
Oh no, she's actually excited. You can tell. That tail is going 1,000 miles an hour. It's okay. I had to whip out the main camera because it was so dark.
So do you feel like overall she had a pretty good few weeks?
Oh, she did great. The first 4 days was. She can visit whenever she'd like,
Oh, okay.
especially for play dates and things like that.
Yeah, she loves that. Our dog's
She had a blast with everybody, so.
she's a really pretty little dog.
Oh yeah.
When you loves her. They potty trained. So exciting.
And if you don't mind putting this on like a necklace,
Oh, what is that? Okay.
that way I can, we'll be able to record everything that you're saying too.
Okay.
Perfect. There you go. Just like that.
Yay.
And right now, just the 2 pieces of kit that I got for, one here is the harness.
Okay.
She's actually in between an double X small and an extra small, so hopefully
Okay.
she'll grow into that one.
Oh, okay.
But I just wanted to take the pressure A off of her neck,
Yeah.
and then B, this also keeps it from getting caught up in her legs when the leash
Oh,
is
that's
too loose,
smart. I
right?
wouldn't have thought of
Just
that.
having it on the back like this. And then this is actually a special retractable leash because if she starts running too fast, it'll automatically break for you,
Oh, okay.
which is good for those, sudden situations.
Yeah.
But it also like the regular leash where you can just press to,
So I never tried a
pause it.
harness on her, so I'm glad that it's good. Okay.
And that way there's no like sudden force on her neck too if like
That's
you accidentally
true.
trip or something.
Yeah,
or
that I never thought
whatnot.
about that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Pretty. You're going to do it. I know. I'm so excited to see you too.
And I'll teach you how to retract this and everything.
Oh, good.
and-
Okay.
And the safety measures of that. She's so excited.
I know you're so excited to sleep with me tonight. Aw, you missed all the puppies at home.
So
No.
she just peed about an hour ago or so.
Okay. How
Um,
often is she going?
The max, I found that she can reliably hold, usually because she's napping after a session, right?
Yeah.
'Cause we'll usually work for like half an hour at a time.
It's so
just walking around.
tiring.
But then she'll maybe nap for a couple hours.
Okay.
But I've had her hold for, on average, about 3 hours.
Okay, I can
So
work
not
with that.
too bad.
No, that's
Um,
not bad at all.
Yeah.
And she's just loose.
She's just loose
Okay.
unless, you feel like she should have gone, but she didn't.
Okay.
Right,
You
and
think
then
in the
I have
crate
her-
is good?
I either have her in like a pop-up playpen with
Okay.
some toys, or
Yeah, I'd rather do a playpen for her than a crate.
I'll send you the link to the one that I used.
Yeah,
It
please.
Worked out well. It gave her just enough space that you can have like toys and her bed and stuff in there.
Do you put a pee pad in it or no?
No.
Okay.
She didn't need it.
Okay.
But it's also got a waterproof bottom in case she has an accident.
Okay.
But she never had one.
Oh, good
but
girl.
the main thing to use the playpen, and I use the sling a lot.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yep, I have one of those, and
yeah.
she really likes it.
Yeah, and that'll help to keep her from having an accident in case you might need to finish up some things and you can't take her out. Right?
Yeah.
So that way you're not just letting her free roam. The only time she gets to free roam is after she comes back in after going potty.
Okay. And about how long? You said like an hour before you just try again.
Just depends. I just keep an eye on her. So
That's
as
the
soon
hardest
as you
part.
can, yeah, as
Okay.
soon as you can, especially since she's going to be readjusting to your back to the
Oh, well,
home
we're gonna
environment.
basically probably go out every hour, and then she'll be in the sling a lot this week, especially just because it's her first week back home.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to be in the sling a lot, and she likes it, and I like carrying her in it, so that works out. Oh my goodness, did she learn any commands?
No, we just work
I don't
on
blame
that.
you. All I
and
cared
recall.
about was potty training,
Yeah.
so I'm very happy with that.
Because it almost took like the first whole week just to get her
Yeah.
on a normal schedule.
yeah.
We took the rest of the time just trying to solidify like the habits of
do that,
going
don't do that.
outside.
Okay.
And
No,
getting
pretty,
her,
pretty, stop.
at least she'll go towards the. She'll
Stop
go.
it.
It's okay. If we start walking, it'll probably be easier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can walk
That way
wherever.
she's
Yeah.
not-
Pretty. Don't do that.
There you go. That way she's
You're
not
okay.
preoccupied. We'll just follow
You're
you.
okay.
And you can just walk around the corridor. Or
Yeah, wherever is good. Yeah, wherever she normally likes is fine.
So,
Show me around. Show me around your playing space.
So
Oh my
over
God, I
here
missed her
in
so
this
much.
alleyway next to that house is where she likes to pee.
Okay.
So, and our place is that one with the lit lamp there in the middle.
Oh, okay.
So not too
Stop.
far.
Stop, pretty. Stop.
Right?
Yeah.
So not too far, but definitely she
Okay.
has like her
But you think
favorite
for a
spots.
while it's best to take her out on the leash, right?
Yeah, so that way you know where she's going.
Okay. Because
You're-
I'm so used to this, and that's the only thing I have to talk to the
Yeah.
kids about is not just letting her
Yeah.
out all the time.
Yeah, that's the thing, because especially at first, you want to make sure that you're there,
Yeah.
so you can see that.
Do you
she's
give her a
going.
treat every time she goes?
Mhm.
Okay, good. Then I have my little soft training treats.
She'll be looking for it.
Good. No, because I want her to realize, like, oh, this is for at home too.
She responds well to good girl as well.
Good girl. Okay, but you do it like basically right as her butt is lifting off the ground. That's when you're giving a treat, right?
Oh, after she's done, she'll come back to you for his treat.
Oh, okay. I had before bringing her to you guys, I had been trying all these different YouTube things, and consistency was a problem. So
Yeah, so
here
that's
we are.
that's the main thing is
I'm so proud of you.
just making sure, especially for the first
So
couple weeks, as she gets acclimated and gets the new routine down at your place,
Yeah.
making sure that you're the one taking her out, and that way you can actually see if she goes,
Okay.
when she goes, and all that good stuff.
Okay. I know. I'm excited
she
too.
really like.
I know. This is my
Aw.
baby.
But,
Yeah. From the moment we adopted her, she's just been with me all the time. My little baby.
And that'll also let you know if she was holding it or how close you were. So like in the morning, right? Usually when she has to go right away,
Yeah.
she kind of goes out and then she goes potty right away. So that's how you know that you had a very small window.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes in the afternoon after her lunch break, she'll walk around for a while first,
Okay.
and then maybe on the walk back from like a block
Okay,
or
so if I
she'll
give
pee.
myself like 15 minutes, like I don't want to do it 5 minutes before I have to leave the house.
Right.
So if I give like 15 minutes, you think that's adequate for her to do a walk?
Mhm.
Okay.
Usually
Okay.
she'll go within that time if she needed to go, right? And that's how you'll know if
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying is I don't know how long it takes her to get ready if she doesn't really have to go badly.
Usually our walks are like half an hour at most,
Okay.
and she usually does it in the first part if she needs to go. If
Okay.
she didn't need to go, then I'll go back home and I'll just keep an eye on her, and she'll either go back to sleep usually or play with friends. And then the way that I know that she needs to go potty is she just stops playing and randomly drifts off, into the
Oh,
room.
she goes and tries to find her sneaky pee place.
Right, and then all I do is just I recall her and to the gate, and then we do.
And her recall's pretty good. She's listening good.
Yep.
Just to her name, right? And that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll still do the thing when you can kind of call her anything, and she'll
Yeah.
still come to you,
Yeah.
which is fine.
She's just sweet.
Yeah.
There might not be as much as we would want, but that's okay. She's so sweet.
No, it's fine. The main thing is just keeping an eye on her inside if she didn't go outside. That's all.
Okay, I'm
and-
probably gonna put her in a sling when that happens.
Yeah.
Cause just like you've been to the house, like it's just very hard to keep an eye.
Yeah, your place is pretty big.
Yeah,
we
it's-
had one floor and like one room for the boarding room, so it's very easy for me
Yeah.
to keep an eye on all of the dogs.
Yeah.
And that's why I recommend like just if you had to also like putting her in a playpen, so that way
Well, that's-
you're
yeah.
making your room smaller. Watch
Yeah.
out for that.
Oh, right.
Unfortunately, not everybody picks up.
I didn't see that. Thank you.
Um,
Oh, I'm so happy.
But usually, so general, I'll just let you know, and I'll text you as well. But
I'm
in
excited.
general, we'll wake up anywhere from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Okay.
Usually about 6.
Okay,
And,
6 works for me.
and right away, she's always the first part of the crew to go out.
Okay.
She always pees and
Good
usually goes
girl.
number 2 as well.
Really, first thing in the morning. Okay.
She'll go like right as her
I'm so happy.
her roommates are going as well. So she's actually been really good about kind of going as soon as everybody else is. So she's really
Good.
getting in sync.
Okay.
So about
Stop.
6 to 7 is going to be the
Okay.
first one. And then we just give everybody a little walk and I do like the basic training drills with the pups to sit, to come, to stay.
Just keep going. Come
She's not the best at staying, but that's that's fine. It's kind of expected with some puppies, especially
Well, she's still
ones.
so excited,
Yeah,
you
she
know.
likes people.
Oh,
so
she
it's-
likes anything.
Right. So we don't want to correct her too much for.
I don't want her to think that being
Sticking
friendly
with
is
us.
bad.
Yeah.
What'd you hear?
We'll go ahead and move past this spot so that dog doesn't keep barking.
She said, oh no, a friend. I'm so happy she got to experience a dog park.
Oh yeah, she did really well there.
Yeah.
She'd probably do best in like a smaller crowd, you know, at first.
Like
so-
the small dog park.
Yeah, if you have a small dog.
So
park.
I go to the one near
She
Short
does
Pump,
well. She
and there's
pl-
another one that Shane's been to. I don't know where it is, but
She plays well with
it's-
big dogs too, though.
yeah. I think
just
because
have
she's
to
so
be
used to
careful.
them at home. Well, that's what I'm nervous about. Is she's still a puppy, and if she nips or puppy bites or plays.
No, she's fine with that.
Okay, good. Because I don't want her to make one of them mad, but I want her to still go on play dates and stuff. Because like I said, Bo at home is just kind of aloof and he's just easy, and then Marshall's she's just not.
She's also an excellent candidate for like daycare places.
Really.
Mhm. Most of
Okay.
the time, those places will also separate dogs by size and temperament for you.
Okay. Yeah, I bet she would really like that. A friend of mine actually owns the Apple Dog Daycare,
Well,
or
there
they
you go.
did. I don't know
Maybe
if
they
it's
can get
sold
you a
it.
discount.
Well, that would be nice. Yeah, I would love for her to go to day camp like 2 days a week or something, just so that she can just get out of the house and go have fun
Yeah. It's
and go play.
It's a good way
I
to.
think I'm just so scared of picking
keep
the
her from
wrong
getting
one. Like
bored.
God forbid, something. I'm so paranoid about her being mistreated.
I always just
Okay.
recommend trying out different ones to see which one clicks with you and
Yeah.
with her, right? Like the staff and the situation.
Yeah.
Some of them have ring cameras so you can watch them play.
Oh yeah, I would need that.
Like
I was even like that with my daughter going to preschool. We had to
and
have
then this
cameras
is
on
her
her.
usual number 2 spot.
Okay.
It started out in the middle of the road, and then we finally moved it
So
over
she's been
here.
doing that on the back deck a ton and on the front porch. And I
So
don't.
trying to just move her onto grassy areas when you know she's gonna go.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why you want her on the leash. Right?
Yeah.
So you can take her down to.
It started when she was a puppy. She was too scared to go to the yard, so she would just. Because like I said, when we got her, she was just not. I don't
Yeah.
think they were too good to her.
She is a little skittish still, but like random things. But that's to be expected for puppies. So you want
Yeah.
to really try to keep socializing her, getting her out to
Yeah.
different places as much as possible, getting her used to different noises. The one thing
There's
you wanna
never
be careful-
cars that go by us, so
Yeah,
she
you're
never
lucky on
sees
that one.
cars. Well, I'm saying she hasn't been exposed to really a whole lot.
She's chasing a bug. But one of the problems that we had here as well is just because there's so many people around. Like this morning was actually one instance when she was just about to go number 2, and then a lady came out to her car to go to work, and it completely
Derailed her,
interrupted.
yeah.
Right. So all we had to do was wait for her to kind of greet the lady to leave. And then
She's
we
like me.
walked
She's
around
easily
again.
distracted.
And then we went back to her spot, and then she went.
Okay.
So, she can get distracted. Luckily, she did okay in the rain. Some dogs have a harder time going potty when it's raining outside.
Yeah.
If it's raining really hard or it's thundering, you'll probably, have to kind of take her out in short bursts with
Oh
an
yeah.
umbrella
I don't
or
blame her.
something.
She doesn't like that very much. She doesn't like all that.
Yeah. So back to the schedule. So
Yes.
usually about 6 o'clock or so
I'm just
whenever
gonna
I'll
put this
text it
stuff.
to you.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, that'd be nice too. Sure.
Whenever we first wake up, she'll go out and she'll
Mm-hmm.
usually go number 1 and number 2. And then she'll go back home, and that's when she'll usually go back to sleep while I work with the other pups.
Okay.
With they're socializing or they're walking and things like that. Her walking is just fine. So
Yeah, I'm so surprised. Like she's done great.
she gets more of just like a normal kind of just socializing kind of
Mm-hmm.
walk than anything else like specific. And so
If you ever need to borrow a dog for that too, for a socializing dog, feel free.
Yeah.
I'll bring her to you anytime.
she's welcome. She's always welcome over. Just let me know. Like I said, she'll always have friends here. But so usually about 2 to 3 hours in after that, everybody would have.
Is this her cue? Is she trying to go to the bathroom, you think?
You'll notice when she does. I sent you a couple of videos because
Yep.
she'll start to drift. and
Yeah.
You have quite a
She
long
kind of will
time.
spin a few times before she poops sometimes.
Yeah. So you have a long time to make
Oh,
sure
she
that
found
if
a
you
bug.
see her, right, spinning, then you'll want to redirect her outside.
Yeah.
And this will be another problem too, right? You get the bugs.
Okay, so she does, yeah. So come back in between 6 and 7. Come back in
And
maybe like an hour and a half or so.
So maybe about like 9
Okay.
to 10. I'll take her out again, and she'll usually just pee.
Okay.
And then again, so about maybe like around 12 to 1 or so, depending on my schedule. I'll feed her lunch.
Okay.
Oh, she does lunch and dinner, by the way.
Okay, lunch and dinner. Sounds good.
Hi,
Hi.
how you doing? Who's that? Hi. Good girl.
He's so excited.
Good girl.
Oh, you forgot I was here. Okay. All right. Go back. Resume.
So
Okay.
lunch and dinner, and then after lunch she'll usually nap, and then she'll wake up around like 3 o'clock or so.
And then immediately out, right? So every time she
Out.
wakes up, immediate out.
Pretty much, like
Okay.
that's pretty typical for most puppies, because they'll usually wake up because they have to go to the bathroom
Okay.
most of the time, unless somebody makes a noise in the house or another dog gets up and starts.
Yeah, we
running around
have.
and playing.
She has a ton of interruptions, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Kids, dogs, everything.
So about like 3 or 4 will be the next time she kind of gets out and does everything, and then from about 4 to 6 to 7, I'll be working with all the dogs. So she'll usually be playing or coming with on the sessions. That's
Okay.
another thing too. Even though she didn't need most of the sessions, she still came with
Okay,
on
good.
like the hikes and things like that. So
Oh,
she got to go
good.
out and about with us, and I still got to, because I had to still keep an eye on her, right?
Yeah.
So that wasn't so bad. She did lock me out of the car once, so just be careful of that. That was fun. And then she went to.
For how long? Did she go to
An
sleep after she
hour.
locked
Yeah.
you out?
I was like, hey, do you want to come?
Was the
and-"
AC on? The car
Oh,
was
yeah,
on?
no, it was
Okay,
fine.
good. Oh, gosh.
'Cause I had
Yeah,
to
not
go
worried
back-
about you at all. Just
No, and I had to go back in to get a camera, so I was like, okay, I'll just leave him here in the driveway. I'll go grab the rest of my stuff. I come back and she locked the door, and then she went and took a nap. I eventually got it open, and that's
That,
fine.
I'm
you-
sorry.
It's okay, you want to just be mindful of that. What all I do
I
now is
will.
I roll down the windows a little bit, and then I lock the windows. So
Yeah.
that way, 'cause
I always
even if
leave-
she steps on it, she'll just step on it down.
Yeah.
But she can't roll it all the way up, so that's fine. She can jump out of the car
Yep.
and come to you, so just be mindful of that, especially when you're in public places.
Oh yeah, I've only left the windows down that much, but what I do is I leave the car running and then I take the key with me.
There you go.
Because it'll still run even if the key isn't in it. It won't start without the key, but it'll run without the key. So like if I ever have to run into the gas station or go into Paisley's school and get her early or something. But yeah, I'm terrified of that because I've had, Paisley did it to me actually as a toddler once, and the cops had to come and unlock the car, and Paisley did the exact same
Nice.
thing. She fell asleep
Oh,
after she locked me out. It was traumatic. I thought CPS was gonna come. I was terrified. Yeah, thank God the AC was on. So anyway, I understand that a little bit.
then
What time is her dinner?
anywhere from 7 to 9, unfortunately, because
Okay.
my evenings are usually busier.
No,
because
that
it's
works
been so
out because
hot.
that for me, that's really good because that's, dinner time for us, or maybe after dinner, kids in the bath, she can get her food. So that actually works out well.
Yep. And then
So lunch, you said around 12,
yep, around 12 to 2,
7 to 9 dinner. Okay.
and then she'll go out for another walk. I usually let the dogs
At 7 before dinner?
Oh, usually after,
Okay.
but because I'll usually be out with her already. So
Okay.
you might need to, add in an extra walk between, 4 and 7,
Yeah.
just in case.
I'm probably gonna be,
because
like, really
I'm usually out
paranoid.
with her anyways, and
Okay.
she just kind of goes while we're out. But then, let's see. So 7 to 9, and then after meals, it's always a good idea to give the dog about at least half an hour because she's smaller, so it's fine. An hour for bigger dogs to
Process
prevent bloat, the stomach
Okay.
twisting, right? Because they run around and play after immediately eating, it can cause a lot of
I
issues.
didn't know that.
I'll send you a link, but
That's scary. And I really, like I told you, I've just been having food readily available.
yeah.
So, and I'm not
Usually-
doing that anymore. They're all gonna be on the same schedule, and she's probably gonna eat in my room.
That'll also help with all the dogs' consistency, because that's why everybody here is like clockwork, right? Because they all eat at the same time, they all drink at the same time, they all go out at the same time, and so it was really easy for her to kind of fall into that routine, because it would just be every single day. This happens.
How much are you giving her at a time?
I think her little scoop thing that she shared with her friend was like half scoop, so about 1 to 1.5. Just depends, because she gets a lot of activity, but she also gets a lot of treats, right? So you might not be taking her out as often or giving her as many treats, so you may or may not. I would start off with about a cup. Right, and see how that works for her. She looks like she's healthy without being fat or thin.
Yeah. She looks. The vet always says she's good to go.
So just check in.
I'm used to really plump animals, so I took her and I thought she was underweight, and the doctor was like, "Please don't."
I'll let you meet her friend, who's a little chubby.
Waffles.
Oh no.
Waffles just
Sugar
looks like
and
muscle.
Casey. Yeah. No,
Waffles
this is another King Charles.
Really?
Yes.
Right now?
Mm-hmm. But it'll be another reason why you also don't want to leave food out, because her mom is usually busy with work and stuff.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't get too much extra time to walk her pups, and then she also leaves the food out, and you'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's not very good for them health-wise. So that's why, it's better to just regulate things, especially when you're potty training, but just for health concerns in general.
Yeah, I don't want her to ever have joints, and I want her to be around for ever. I think she can make it to 15.
Oh yeah, easy.
So
good girl. So
I never had one before, but my beagle, who was a mutt little beagle, I rescued at 3 years old. Honestly, that was probably the best dog I've ever had. I potty trained her. She had never been inside of a home, and she lived outside in this tiny pen. They had bred her and used her to chase rabbits. It was really sad. It was a horrible life. But she had never been inside of a home for 3 years of her life.
Gotcha.
So when I brought her inside, she didn't know what to do. So I actually had to put diapers on her and every. But I will say though, she was really smart though. She potty trained really quick.
That's good. She didn't do too bad. Like I said, it was really
I'm really lucky
hard.
that we did it as still a puppy.
Mm-hmm. It was still really hard for the first 4 days, because she was so used to holding it to go inside, which was really weird. But
that was just her normal, unfortunately, which is my fault. But
at least now we've reset her. She's very comfortable going outside.
So happy. I'm so thankful.
So you just want to make sure because you have kind of like a nice clean palate now at home.
Oh yeah.
And you just have to make sure that the other dog doesn't mess that up, and that you make sure that you give her enough opportunities to go outside and be mindful, right? You don't have to do it every hour, but you want to at least do it, whenever you think.
I'm just so paranoid of investing in this and all that, and then I don't want it to be flushed down the drain. I want to be really, really on top of it, because I think as she gets older, she'll be able to hold it maybe a little longer at a time. And I'm hoping one day.
Kind of. It's hard because she's a smaller breed.
Yeah,
so
I thought she was going to be 40 or 50 pounds.
Yeah, there's really not going to be much capacity to hold.
Yeah.
Even when we're working in daycare, that was the thing. The small dog room was always the last one to get walked at night and the first one to get walked in the morning, because they can't hold it as long as the big dogs, which is reversed.
True. Yeah.
But the last part of the walking schedule. So about 7 to 9, she'll eat dinner, and she'll go for a walk. She just peed right now, so she still owes a number 2.
Okay.
But I always do a last call walk, usually anywhere from 10 to 12.
I'll probably do it about 11 before I go to bed. 11 is probably going to be our good spot.
And that way it'll give her another opportunity. That's usually when she goes number 2, is late at night. Or really early in the morning. So I would try your best. Sometimes I overslept, and then she wakes up at 1:30 to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Right? So it's best that you kind of do it on your schedule.
Yeah. And also, I'm a harder sleeper, so even though she sleeps in the bed with me, if she gets up and gets off the bed down her little stairs, I usually I don't always notice. So then I'm just giving her a pass to go to the bathroom.
Right. I would tie a string around your finger and attach it to her harness. So that way it tugs on you when she moves.
That
or
is
tie it to a bell as well.
That is a really, really, really good idea. That's a great idea. She moves about 15 times. Did she sleep with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
She
Did
slept with me, and
She
she
moved.
would
Maybe it's just with me, but she moves
depends
a
on
lot.
where she goes.
And then she wants to go under the covers, then back out of the covers, then above your head, then at your feet. But you know what though? Maybe she has to go to the bathroom when she's moving around so much.
Usually she had just had to go once at night, so
Okay.
so long as you get that late night walk in, then you should be good. This might be
Okay.
throwing her off a little bit because she'll probably fall asleep in the car, but hopefully whenever you guys get to where
Oh,
you're
I'm gonna
going.
we're only 45 minutes away from the house, so I'm gonna walk her right when we get home.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna let the other dogs out yet to mess her up and the kids. That's why I told all the kids, I was like, stay in the car. You guys aren't messing her up on this one.
So I'll let her go say hi to the kids, and I'll bring her friends to say goodbye to her. And then before you leave,
Okay.
I'll show you how this works.
Yes, that would be great.
I'll
I'll
grab
just
the
tell
rest of
them.
her stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, they can come out and say hi.
Okay, let me grab them. They might not want to, or they might be
Unless
tired,
they're
but I'll check.
Too busy.
Paisley, you want to come see Pretty? She's so excited. Huh?
Hey, how are
Okay.
you doing?
Hey, how are you?
He's
Good.
gonna go grab her stuff, and then he's gonna show me the other Cavalier he has right now, who's a chunk.
That first week was rough, but the second week she's pretty much on
Oh, I'm
clockwork
gonna
with
give you
everybody
this.
now.
Are you ready for this bat?
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
That should be good for the video, I think. 'Cause